Okay, we'll see how we in this class we'll see how you find the average this time, also using the average if and average ifs, right? So in this case, we are able to find the sum using all of these criteria there. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and find average, right? I'll say the average, right? Let me just use the same thing up there. I'll say average of numbers greater than 30, right? So to find the average of a number, we have a formula. We can say average, and the average we find from all of this range, we can easily just point it out. But then we are using average if. So the average if here is we have to select the range, and from there you select you insert the criteria. So the criteria is numbers that are greater than 30, right? So you have to put it greater than 30, right? So numbers that are greater than 30, and that's all you need. So what this does is it's going to look for all the numbers that are greater than 30. So once it finds the numbers that are greater than 30 here, it's now going to sum them up together and divide them by the numbers, by the total occurrence or total numbers of time, right? That you see the number. Let's say you have 23, 24, 25. That's in 3 places, right? So it's going to sum it up together and find the average. So in this case, it's finding numbers that are greater than 30, and it sums them up and then find the average, right? So that is basically how this works. Now, if you also want to do the same thing here, like numbers are less than 30, let's do that. Let's say average of numbers that are less than 30. So numbers are less than 30 in this case. We can also do that. We say average if the range of the value, which is from here. So from the range of the value, you select the criteria. So the criteria you want here is the number should be less than 30. So we have less than 30 here. And you see it's saying 23. How? Is because both numbers here that are less than 30, they are the same number. So it's going to be 23 plus 23 plus 23, then divide by 3, because it is 3 times that you have numbers there. You have 3 3 inputs, right? So that's why you're saying the average as 23. So let's say we want to do the same thing for sum of numbers greater than but less than. So in this case, we are going to find average of numbers greater than 30 but less than 60. So this is where you use the average ifs, which is the formula. We say average ifs, right? So what is the average range? We select the range here, and from there we select the criteria range. So the criteria range is also here, and in this case we are asked for the first criteria. So the first criteria means the number must be greater than 30, right? So we have greater than 30. Then we move to the second criteria range. So the second criteria range is still the same range here. We still select that same range, and the criteria is less than 60. It's less than 60. So when we have this wrapped up, so you see what it does is it finds all the numbers here that are greater than 30 but less than 60. They are greater than 30 but less than 60. So that this is like having 54, 32, 42, 45, sum them up, then divide them by the by the inputs, which is like 4, right? And then you are getting this. So the average ifs does that, and you can actually add multiple, you can keep on adding several criteria, to infinity as much as you want to, so that it's going to meet your criteria before you finalize the calculation. So this is basically how you use the average if and average ifs formula. Thank you very much.